Hey y'all, and welcome to today's video. We are going to be roasting products today. I'm going to talk to y'all about the worst products, in my opinion, that have launched this year, the worst products that I tried this year. I'm going to share with you why I hate these products so much, why they do not work for me. We're going to talk about it all. And listen, first things first, if I hate a product, if I say I do not like it, it does not work for me, but you love that product, then that is wonderful. I'm glad you did not waste your money like I did. Makeup is something that is so personal, right? It's dependent not just on our age, skin type, where we live, but it's also based a lot on personal preference and what we like. So if I hate these products and you love them, I don't hate you, okay? I don't hate you. Don't hate me. Listen, I'm here to review products. It's that time of year where we sit down, we kind of round up the best, the worst, and today it's gonna be the worst. And if you're new here, I do wanna say, hey, my name is Heather and makeup makes me happy. Here at my channel, we don't try to be perfect. We just wanna have a good time with our makeup, whatever that means. I am uploading lots of videos right now, every single day actually, so please do subscribe if you want to stick around. I have lots of fun content planned, but these are, in my opinion, the 15 worst products that I tried throughout this year. So let's jump into it. Now, if you want to see these products in action, I'm pretty sure I have videos with all of this stuff somewhere here on my channel. I will be talking about these products, but I don't despise any of you enough to link them down below. I'm not going to do that to y'all, but we are going to talk about these things. And if you want to go back, you want to see my experience with these products, you definitely can, because I do monthly speed reviews here on my channel where I kind of talk about everything I try throughout the month, whether it be amazing, terrible, kind of like everything in between too. But let's start it off. Okay, this Refi powder may be the single worst product that I've ever tried in my life. This is the Skin Finish water-based powder. This powder from Refi is expensive. Like, it's a Sephora brand. I want to say this is in the $30 to $40 price range, so not cheap. Now, I feel like I saw this powder going around on TikTok. People were loving it so much. I tried it, and normally with my powder, so let me say this. Whenever a product doesn't work for me, I try to alter my application techniques to see, like, okay, the product doesn't work with the normal way I use things. Let me look and see if I can get it to work for me in other ways, because there is always someone. If you say that you hate a product, people are always so quick to be like, no, it's you. You're terrible. You don't know how to do makeup. You don't know anything. What are you doing? This is how you should do it. Listen, I don't just bash a product to bash a product. Like, I really tried. But the first time I tried this powder, it's a water-based powder. I do not use oil-based foundations, okay? So, because I know oil and water don't mix. I have a science degree. It's cool. It's okay. I took my little sponge and I tried to press in the powder, and it just lifted everything that was underneath off of my face. My foundation, my concealer, it lifted the makeup away. Like, it just took it away. Instead of the powder going on, it just took everything away. So that obviously did not work. That was terrible. Like, that ruins your makeup. You know what I mean? Like, certain things you think, oh, my makeup's ruined, but you can fix. Like, you're putting on mascara and you accidentally hit the mascara wand up here. It's fine. You can get a little spoolie, dust the mascara off, touch up your eyeshadow. It's fine. I mean, what am I going to do when my whole face is done and I go to put on powder and it lifts foundation and concealer? Like, you really have to take your makeup off and start over, which is not the type of life I want to live. I'm not trying to, like, redo my makeup all the time, like, so you know, people were angry with me. They were like, you didn't do this right. You didn't do that. Is fine. I looked at Sephora reviews. I looked at different reviews. People were saying just use a teeny tiny amount. You can't really use too much of this powder. And I'm like, okay, so I tried that. I tried it with a brush. I tried it with the Duo Fiber brush. I tried this powder all the different ways. It does not work for me. It doesn't work for me. If this is your holy grail powder, I'm so happy for you, because for me, I wasted my money. This was so terrible. Now, my sister-in-law does have dry skin, so I'm going to ask her if she wants to try this, but you know, I am very curious. The people that did like this powder, I'm curious if, even if you liked this powder, is it your favorite? Is it the powder that you're reaching for every day? I would love to know. For me, this is one of the worst products, not just of the year, but one of the worst makeup products I've ever tried in my life. Okay, let me just carry on and talk about another powder, and that is this Makeup Revolution Banana Bright Baking Powder Radiant Finish. Now, you know, I bought this back in like the winter, not the summer, and I'm like, I have oily skin, but I do like to have like kind of a glowy face. I mean, you can see today, I'm not going for flat matte. I do like a glow, and I do want like some brightening under my eye, you know, like I'm 35. I don't sleep a lot. I could use a little brightening, but this was like metallic. It was metallic under my under eye, and it was so brightening, like so banana brightening. It doesn't look scary. Like when you look at it, it just looks like, okay, like an under eye banana powder, which I tend to enjoy. But it had this metallic sheen to it that I don't know who this was for, because a glow is one thing, you know, like a glow is one thing, but to like put metallic powder under the eyes, and it's so pigmented, I mean, it looked like my face, I don't know, like it's so hard to describe because it's so bizarre, but like it just settled in every single line I have under my eyes. It emphasized it times 1,000. And normally, you know, if a powder settles weird on me, I can say like, okay, it's not for me. But you know, if you don't have fine lines, you know, maybe you're 20, maybe this would work for you. But I don't even think, even if you have perfect skin, who wants like metallic banana under eyes? Not me. It's a very, very odd powder. And it was another one that I put on, and I'm like, this actually ruined my makeup. Okay, these next two were ones that, of all the products I don't like, I really got like the most hate because of these. These are the Haus Labs High Power Pigment Paints. High Power Pigment Paint, yes, okay. So, these are like eye paints. I love eye paints. I love my NYX eye paints. Those are so good. Whenever NYX comes out with them, like they came out with some in June for like Pride Month. They came out with some fun colors. They came out with some around Halloween for like SFX paints. I have some older ones. I love using those. They're so good, and they can be so good as like bases for eyeshadows. If you want to do like multi-chrome, something like that, shadow on top, they can really transform the shadow, be so beautiful, make the shadows long wear, all of that. I love a good colored eye base. So I'm like, you know what, Haus Labs, I'm going to pick up two. I'm going to pick up a really fun color, and then pick up a black, because black is so perfect for an eye base. Listen, if you want to spice up your makeup collection, you want to use what you have, grab a black eye base and start putting your special sparkly shifty multi-chrome shadows on top. Love. It'll just transform everything. It's so fun. So I went in and used these eye paints like I do the NYX ones or anything else. I put it on my eye like this, and then I blended it in with a brush, and you would have thought like I don't know. You would have thought I was like dancing on somebody's mama's grave the way people were so mad at me for putting this on my eyes from the tube and then blending it in with the brush. So I'm like, okay, that's just what I do. It's what I normally do. So I put it on the back of my hand and tried putting it on with the brush. I tried putting it on the back of something else. I don't love applying makeup with my fingers, but I tried it. These are so sheer. And the thing with a product like this is I don't want a sheer electric green mint on my eye. Like if I want electric green mint, I want it to be the color, you know? So it went on so sheer, and it was, when I blended it, it didn't blend seamlessly like the ones from NYX do. I also really like using like Lethal, their cream gel liners, Melt Test cream gel liners. I just like to open the pot, go in with the brush, go straight to my eye. I never have problems, and I can use those as an eye base. But with these, they're just very sheer. So then I feel like, okay, I have to put a layer on and let it dry. And then I need to go in with another layer to make it opaque enough to then put a shadow on top. So then what happens is I have so many layers of this that it just kind of creases and is weird. It doesn't work for me. And like I said, I don't mind adjusting my technique. You know, like I understand, you know, there may be some products that are better used in different ways. So like I said, I tried it the first time, how I would normally use shadows like this. I found it to be sheer and not the best. Tried it all the other ways, and my opinion stays the same. I mean, listen, I had people like, why would you ever do this? I'm like, wow, it's just makeup. But I understand, like, maybe these are your favorite and you feel so passionately about these, but these were just, they let me down. They let me down. And when I am reaching for a drugstore product that is amazing and is way less than this, like, then what's the point of these, you know? Okay, let's talk about a couple of drugstore eyeliners that I just hated. This Makeup Revolution Beetlejuice eyeliner, the second time I used it, it started getting patchy. The second time, and it was that patchiness that it's like, are you getting dried out? Whereas normally like a good eyeliner, you know, after you've had it for a few months and you're noticing like, oh, it's not going on as smooth, it's time to replace it. You know, I've had it for a few months. I've probably used it up. But this, like my second time, and so I was like trying to store it upside down. I was trying to shake it, and it was just like dragging and pulling and tugging on my lid. I don't like that. I don't have time to fuss with black eyeliner like this. This is a felt tip, and let me see, this is, I'm not sure exactly what the name of the product is. I don't know if this is something they have in their normal line that they just put the Beetlejuice logo on, but it was pretty darn terrible for me. And the other, one of the other worst eyeliners is this Moira double-ended gel liquid liner. This one, the twist up part, the like kohl, no. If you use it in your waterline, you're not getting any pigment whatsoever. Use it on your top lash line, you're gonna like have to go over that line about 15 times to get the pigment there. And the felt tip was okay, but once you got done with one eye, it didn't want to give you enough pigment for the other. It wants you to like recap it, let it rest for a little bit before you can do the other eye. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I will say, if anything, I am at least thankful that these weren't expensive. So I did waste my money, but at least it wasn't like a ton of money. Milk Makeup Bionic Bronzer. Okay, this is in the shade Shapeshift. This product, it's so sheer. And trust me, I get like wanting a sheer makeup look. I understand that. Y'all know I wear a lot of makeup. I love a lot of makeup. I think it's a lot of fun. But I do like to try different products, try different things. And this is very sheer, which is fine because I get that aesthetic. But when I apply it, it just does not work on my oily skin, because I would put this on and look, like it looks so pretty and glowy on my hand, right? But I just think there's so much better out there. It is a formula that did not last on my oily skin whatsoever. And I really had to play with this product a lot to really get my thoughts on it, because the first time I tried to use it, I tried to use it like I would a normal cream bronzer on top of my foundation. And I was like, oh wait, okay, this is very sheer. This needs to be worn on like a very light makeup day. So I tried it again with, like, you know, when I'm just doing like concealer, a little bit of cream bronzer, a little bit of powder, and go. And I felt like I still had to build it up a bit, but at the end of like 4 to 6 hours, it was gone. It doesn't have any like wear time on me. And sometimes, you know, if a product is like starting to wear away for me, starting to break up under my oily skin after about 8 hours or so, I can be like, you know, this doesn't work for me, but I really think somebody with dry skin would like this product. But with this, it was just after about 4 hours, it was completely gone. So I don't feel like this really has any staying power. And that was after me setting it with the powder, because I know a lot of times, you know, those of y'all with dry skin, you don't always want to use a setting powder. So the fact that after 4 hours set with the powder, this was still wearing away to nothing, it's not a good sign. So I really just don't feel like I can recommend this to anyone. And it's a pricey product. Like, it is a pricey product for the 0.6 fluid ounce that you get, for it to be like nothing. Okay. These from ColourPop, oh my gosh, I have hair in my lips. Okay, these are the ColourPop and Peeps Glowing Lips. Terrible. First of all, the scent. The scent, it makes me sick. It's like this nasty old Play-Doh. Not like Play-Doh when you get it new and you open it up from the store and that Play-Doh scent hits you. No, this is how Play-Doh smells after it's been at a preschool for like 6 years and all the kids have played with it, and you're looking at the Play-Doh and you're like, what color was this Play-Doh once? Because now it's this brown gray. That's what this smells like dirty used Play-Doh. And it was hard. It was hard for me to put these on my lips. And then when I did put them on my lips, like, it didn't give me anything special. I'm like, this isn't worth tormenting myself for. Now, the shades are pretty, and when I swatch them, they look pretty, but when I put them on, I'm just like, I want to vomit, first of all, and then second, like, I can get this in any kind of glowy lipstick. Like, this isn't a super unique special thing. Now, I will say, I don't know if this is this formula or just this like collection. I saw some people say theirs smells like marshmallows, and I like a peep, okay? I enjoy a peep from time to time. These, no. Okay, let's talk about these KVD liquid lipsticks. These are what? The Everlasting Hyper Light liquid lipsticks. I was so excited for this reformulation, these new shades. I love this packaging, and I was so confident I would like this, because I think like old KVD liquid lips, or anyways, I was hyped for these because I was like, I'm gonna like these. I'm gonna order 2 colors, and if I really love, I'm gonna order more. These never set down, and so I just felt like I had tacky Elmer glue lips all day, and I don't like that. And I tried, I was like, you know, did I leave on like my chapstick, my lip oil, my lip mask, something? Made sure my lips were prepped, everything. Like, you know, when you like put your lips together and they like stick together and they don't want to come off, like when you open an envelope and you're like it's that. I don't like. This was like one of the biggest letdowns for me. This was one that I was like, ooh, I'm about to get so many colors. I love these shades. I have the shades Moonflower and Queen of Poisons. Loved the shades. I was so pumped. I think the packaging is so cute. I love the rebrand of them, but the formula, like, terrible, terrible, terrible. Okay, these next two go hand in hand. The Be Perfect Chroma Cover Foundation and Concealer. First of all, I love Be Perfect. I think they make some awesome products. I was pumped, and I knew getting this was a full coverage foundation. I tend to prefer a medium buildable coverage foundation, but I was like, this is going to be full coverage. I want to try it. I want to love it. First of all, let's just talk about the packaging discrepancy here, because this foundation, like, this packaging is so cool. It's like weighted. It feels so nice. It feels like glass or really heavy plastic. It feels very nice. It looks very cool. And then what is this? What is this? Like, this, no shade to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, anything like that, but I'm saying when you're paying a high-end price point for a concealer, the packaging should reflect that. And this feels like it could be 99 cents. This feels luxurious, nice, but then you get the concealer and you're like, one of these things just doesn't belong. You know, like when your friend is really dating a loser and you're looking and you're just like, they are so out of this loser's league. Like, what are they doing together? This person's bringing that's what this concealer is. I'm looking at this packaging from the moment I opened it, and I'm like foundation, what do you see in concealer? Like, what is going on here? There's something wrong. Okay, packaging aside, because I do like the packaging, both of these are going to emphasize every pore, every line, every speck, every, I don't even want to say imperfection, because it's almost like it gives you problems to your skin that your skin doesn't even have. And it's like what full coverage foundation and concealer was in 2005. You know, like, it's just a mask. It's like you painted your face. It never sinks into the skin. It never like meshes with the skin. It never looks like skin. It just looks like a mask. It looks like you went and got, what is that, like apple barrel paint from, you know, like the craft store or Walmart or whatever, and you just paint your face. That was this. I don't know why. Like, Be Perfect makes such beautiful eyeshadows, such beautiful highlighters and blushes that really just like give you this gorgeous effect. And then to give me like some Sherwin-Williams paint to put on my face, I don't know. This was another like big letdown, and I know I'm not the only one. I saw tons of great reviews of this, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? But a couple of y'all let me know that you got this too, and y'all thought the same thing. Y'all were like, I feel like I'm wearing a mask. Like, it's Halloween makeup. I don't know. If you love this, I love it for you, because listen, I know I went to TikTok and so many people were like, look at this, it's beautiful, it covers everything, I look like me, I look like the best version of myself, blah, 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 blah. Not for me. Not for me. No, 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 no. Okay, this one I debated, like, does it go in my worst or not? But it really does. Okay, it just really does. This is the Wet n Wild Hula Honey Disney Stitch palette. Don't hate me. I'm just sharing my thoughts and opinions. Okay, okay. So, the bronzers. If you do not study for the exam, if you do not come prepared, this is going to ruin your makeup. I have to have the right brush, the right foundation, the right skin prep down to get this to go on, blend, and look nice. It is patchy, a little difficult to blend, where you're really trying to like, okay, I got a nice blend here, but then it's sticking weird over here. I mean, you have to be having your best skin day ever and your most flexible, blendable brush to get these to work. I can get them to work. I can get them to work. Yes, I can. But it's putting in the maximum effort. It really is. And there's so many better bronzers at the drugstore that I would never, ever, ever recommend this one. And then the highlighters are okay. Like, they're okay. This one is probably like the best shade in the palette, but it's still not wonderful. Like, I still put it on, and then I need to spray with like a setting spray, finishing mist, and then I need to press it into the skin, and then I really need to make sure everything's right. It's just not great, guys. Essence Lash Princess Liner. This one I debated on buying it, but I love the Lash Princess mascara so much, the green one, the false lash effect, that I was like, you know what, let me grab this, because a couple of y'all told me that the tube is like thicker, and that could be really nice if maybe you have like some mobility issues or issues like grasping things. So I was like, let me try it. It's a felt tip, and same reason I don't like the other liners, it doesn't flow. You have to, like, it doesn't flow where you can just pull and make a line, or dot 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 and make a line. You have to go over it and wait and go over it, and it's a little rough, so it doesn't like glide. It's kind of like a little tuggy on the lashes, and it didn't wear well throughout the day either. Like, I know I've talked about 3 eyeliners now, but good grief, like, some terrible eyeliners came out this year. Okay, everybody scammed me when they told me that these Makeup Revolution Bright Light highlighters were good. Like, completely bamboozled me, took me for a ride. I saw people were like, dupes for the Charlotte Tilbury Light one. These are so beautiful. Look at this. Oh my gosh. And I'm like, word, let me get those. So I went to buy one at Ulta, and it was like buy one, get one half off or something. So I was like, let me get 2, because these are amazing. People are loving these. So I got 2 different shades. I don't even know. Beam Pink and Strobe Champagne. What can I say other than I was scammed, sabotaged? You put these, if you put these on your face, because normally with the Charlotte Tilbury Light ones, put them on my face, tap them on with a finger, a sponge, a brush. It doesn't matter. They look amazing. But they're expensive, right? So first things first, I take this, pop it right here on my cheekbones, because it's got this cute little applicator. Where is it? Let me show you. So it has this little poofy thing, so you just dot it on. That was it. Like, it was not moving. It was not moving. It was not moving. I was like, okay, let me try a brush. Take the brush, rub it along that little tip or whatever, you know. Like, it's just going to create a streak on your face. Try with my finger. Try under powder. Try over powder. Ruins the makeup. Like, it is, when it hits your skin, it is not moving. And it is sitting on top of the skin. That's the thing about the Charlotte Tilbury Light ones, right? Why they're so special. Why they're so, like, I hate to say worth the price, because worth it is subjective to everybody based on different budgets and preferences and all that. But for me, that's why I'm like, okay, I'll pay that price for them, because they go into the skin and you just look like you're glowing and just very angelic. Love. But these, wherever they touch your face, they are sitting on top of the skin, and it's like, look, she put this streak on her face. Like, no, there's no working with those. Terrible, right up there. They could also be like the worst product of the year for me. Like, so terrible. Okay, we have to talk about this. This is, listen, I'm going to rank all my palettes. But I had to put this in here too. This is the Makeup Revolution Game of Thrones Westeros Map Palette. Let me rant about this for a little bit longer. So many people were trying to explain away this palette, trying to make excuses for whoever designed this palette. Whoever designed this palette, shame. Shame. Do them like we did Cersei. Make them walk through the street. I'm kidding. We shouldn't do that to anybody, but shame. Shame on you. If you ever see this video, shame on you. Because look at this. This is the palette closed. This palette is called Westeros Map Palette. The map don't even line up when the palette's open. Like, it doesn't even line up. You literally had one job with packaging to make the map. And what is this? Was there an earthquake I don't know about? Part of the land just fell into the sea. It's cut off weird like that? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is just silly. Like a very unserious palette. Okay. Now you open it up too, and you're like, well, you know what? Like, maybe it carries on. No, it don't. It don't. You see this? it's not carrying over. Like, this is the most unserious thing I've ever seen in my life. And then when we get inside, let me just speak on the makeup. The shadows are mediocre. Mediocrity. That's what you're going to get with this palette. It's fine. I created a look that I really liked with this palette. It took some extra work. And I said that in the video, that you can create a look with this palette, but it's just going to take some work. You're going to have to put some work in. And why? Like, give me better shadows and make this smaller, because look, you didn't even put anything right here. You didn't even put anything right here. So like, while you were not using your brain power to come up with more shades to put right here, you could have put that time and energy and effort into making some better formulas. So the inside, like, it's fine. It's fine. It's not terrible. It's not terrible, but for 30 bucks, I think I paid like 30 bucks for this. No, I would never, ever, ever, ever recommend this. If this palette was like at $7, okay, sure, $7, but not for 30. No, no, no. And then we talked about how only some of the shades were named, like Winterfell and Dragonstone and Old Town. And a lot of y'all were like, well, maybe they only named the shades based on where they are in the map. No, nope. These are not locations. Pull up, go on your phone, type in Westeros map. These are not locations. They just put random names in place. King's Landing here. Like, no, it didn't work. No matter how much everybody wanted this to work, it didn't work. Never will I recommend this palette. If you want a map of Westeros, go on Amazon and buy a map of Westeros. And then spend your $30 on something else, because, like, why? The year is 2022. Why are we charging 30 some odd dollars? I want to say it was like 32 maybe. Somewhere like that for this. Like, look at this. This is so lazy. I'm sorry. I can't let it go. Okay, completing our top 15, I have to give it to the Jacqueline Concealer. This concealer, I tried to love it. It is workable, okay? It is workable. So let me just say that. It is workable if I put it on, if I really press it in and let it warm, but you have to put it on and blend right away. Usually with my concealers, I put them on, I talk, I blend. I like to get a lot of coverage. This one, if you put it on, you better start blending. You better start blending right away. It is too much. Like, it just settled a little weird in my lines under here. And the reason I put this in the worst of, because like I said, it is workable. I'm never reaching for it. Never. I'm never going to pull this concealer, because if I want a full coverage concealer, I have concealers that are full coverage that still do it better than this one. And I could maybe make excuses for it if I was like, this is the most full coverage, so when I really want to cover something, this is what I go for. But it's too thick, and it just emphasizes things I don't want emphasized, and I would rather just have like some of my dark circles come through. It's not great. I know a lot of people have found other uses for this, things like that, and like I said, you can make it work. I know some people like it for cut creases. I don't. I never use it for that. It doesn't work for me. But at the price point that it's at, that high-end price point, I have to take that into consideration. And I do when I'm thinking about products that are really bad, because if I'm paying over $20 for concealer, you need to do your job, and I don't need to have to baby you, you know? So for that reason, it's part of my worst, because it's too much for what it does. But I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was all about terrible products, but I hope you had fun. I would love to know, what are the worst products of the year? What is something that you tried that you're like, terrible, I hate it? Let me know. Let me know why you hate it. I love hearing from y'all. I'm going to have my favorites coming up very, very soon. I like to keep things nice and positive and fun on my channel, but it's always good to revisit and talk about the things that didn't work for us too. You know, every product isn't going to work for everyone all the time. Again, if you have these products and love them, I'm so happy for you. I hope all of y'all are having an amazing day. Please do subscribe, and I will see you very soon in another video. Bye.